How's it going, everyone? This is Soul Singed here, and welcome to the third installment in the Can This Artist Make a Comeback series, which is basically a series where I sit down, go over a rapper who has fallen off, briefly go up to their career and what led to their downfall, and just analyze where their career is currently at, and see if I think it's possible for them to make a comeback or not. So far, we have covered Jumex and Kid Buu, and today we're going to be covering the Rockstar, Playboi Carti stan, the Devil, Mario Judah.
On the way to take it, 'cause I'm on the way to take it, 'cause I'm on the way to take it. You were wrong from the kick-up, buddy. Now it's time for you to die. Big dog hammer make his head real bloody. That's what he gets for shot a devil his life. Retard.
So, Mario Judah is an artist who blew up last year. He had a song called Die Very Rough that was blowing up on TikTok. He also recorded a cover of DaBaby's Rockstar song, which was also very big. Blew up as a meme with his Rolling Loud performance, and just had a lot of hype going for him. And so far, his career peaked toward the end of 2020, when a lot of people were anticipating Playboi Carti's Whole Lot of Red album, and a lot of his fans were getting aggravated that Playboi Carti hadn't dropped Whole Lot of Red, and Mario Judah decided to capitalize on this by threatening Playboi Carti and saying he was going to release his own version of Whole Lot of Red. This got him a lot of attention. The first single he dropped under his version of Whole Lot of Red did very well. It's currently sitting at close to 10 million views on YouTube. And then he dropped a 4-track EP with 3 other songs that sounded like Playboi Carti music. And then Playboi Carti dropped Whole Lot of Red. And that was kind of the end of that for a while. And then the next thing Mario Judah did to kind of stimulate his career was he went on Instagram and had this whole little dramatic spiel about how a girl cheated on him. Kind of got a little attention. Kind of became a meme because of the way he was. Fuck cheaters! Ah!
Fuck cheaters! Ah!
And that wasn't getting enough attention, so he decided to fake a domestic abuse situation. He was basically riding in a car where he pretended to see his ex-girlfriend, got out, went off camera, and pretended to beat her up. Now, of course, this was fake, but that got a lot of people kind of against him. A lot of people thought it was distasteful, and not a lot of people supported that. And then he tried to turn the situation around into a, oh, well, I'm just trying to raise awareness on domestic abuse, which did not work at all. People were still against him for that. And then he also dropped a single titled I Cannot Love You, which is sitting at about a little under 1 million views right now. So not doing that great. And then he would drop another song featuring with Test X called It's Time to Rock, which also didn't do that well, which is also one of his worst songs because it's just super corny. I mean, the chorus is just him singing, "It's time to rock!" And it just was not very good. And then he would take a very, 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 very long hiatus, and he came back a couple weeks ago. But before we really get into that song he just dropped, I want to quickly talk about Mario Judah's style. Mario Judah is a very unique artist. He does this aggressive hard rock singing over pretty standard trap beats that he produces himself. Now, that in itself is an interesting concept, and he does have very good vocal range. He is a very good singer, and most of his tracks are just very short and simple. Now, about 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, he dropped a song with a music video titled Remember Your Name. And right now, the song is sitting at just under 500,000 views, which some people might consider a flop compared to how much hype he had last year. But I actually think that's pretty good, because his career is essentially dead. He was getting less and less attention, then took this very long hiatus, so no one was even mentioning Mario Judah's name, and for him to come back and get almost 500,000 views in 2 weeks, I would say that's pretty good. And this is also one of Mario Judah's best songs. It's one of his most fleshed out songs. It has 2 verses. It's right around 3 minutes, where most of his songs aren't even 2 minutes long. It's one of his most fleshed out songs, and it's also one of the best beats that he's used. He produces a lot of his own beats, and most of his beats have been fairly generic, but this beat is actually pretty solid. It's overall just a pretty good song, and on the second verse, he's also kind of experimenting with his flows, switching up his flows a little bit and doing some more straight up rapping. So, now begs the question of, can Mario Judah make a comeback? I think he will, because this song is proving that Mario Judah is growing as an artist, and he recently teased another song that is kind of like Trippie Redd's Mr. Rage style beat with his singing. And I think that is a really, really good opportunity for Mario Judah, because for those who don't know, Mario Judah actually recorded a remix for Mr. Rage. It never officially dropped, but there's leaked audios all over YouTube. So if you haven't heard it, you can just quickly search that up. And even people who think Mario Judah is a bad artist, even people who hate Mario Judah's music, still think that his version of Mr. Rage is better than the version that Trippie Redd and Playboi Carti put out. So for Mario Judah to do the same rock singing over a beat that's very similar to Trippie Redd's Mr. Rage style, I mean, that beat sounds like it was taken straight off of that album. And it was produced by Mario Judah, and it's a crazy beat. And he's doing that same type of singing over it with some more fleshed out lyrics. I think whenever he drops this song, it could do very well. Now, I don't think Mario Judah will ever reach a super mainstream level or anything, because he's just a very, very niche artist. He's not the kind of artist that has a super big mainstream appeal. But I feel like he's always going to be kind of in the mix of relevancy, maybe kind of regarded as one of the top underground artists. I mean, he could blow up and go fully mainstream, but I don't see him getting quite that big. But I definitely do think that he will make a comeback and have a successful career and have a somewhat relevant, I feel like he'll have some sort of relevancy. He won't be completely underground or completely unknown like some other artists that have fallen off. So yeah, that just about wraps this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm also working on another album that should be releasing in early 2022, maybe late 2021, but probably gonna wait till 2022 to drop it. So yeah. Peace.